The skull has been a symbol of life and death throughout human history. All over the world, humans have created stories, religions, rituals, and art based on the skull. But the skull isn't just a symbol, it's a vessel. It's a protective cage for the most complex thing in the known universe, the human brain. The thing that allows us to dream, to love, to hope, and to create. And I want to use that to inspire new pieces of artwork. I want to tell new stories and create new symbolism using the skull. So before I start painting these skulls on the canvases, I needed to figure out something to help the alignment, because each of the stencils is 3 layers. We've got the base layer, we've got the accent layer, and we've got the detail black layer, which goes over the top. And they should all line up perfectly to create a skull with 3 different colors in it. But the trick is, how do you get them to line up perfectly when you have to do hundreds of them and stop overspray? Because you do a tiny little bit of overspray, you get lots of little straight lines, and we don't want that. So I came up with an idea that if I create a framework that fits the stencil perfectly, I can pop it in, fold these edges over, and it will hold it in place, stop the overspray because you've got these overlaps, and then every time I want to switch out a stencil to do the next layer, pop it out, put the next one in, fold them back over, and hopefully that allows me to get all the alignments, no overspray, and I can use this for all of my skulls. So let's go and see if this is actually going to work. So this is where this piece is going to get a little bit more technical because I'm going to use something I've never done in a painting before, and that is glow-in-the-dark paint. I want this piece to glow with glowing skulls all around it, but I want the parts inside the skull, the white parts and the highlights to glow, and then the black to be solid so you see the skull shape through it. So what I have to do is an extra step is put the base layer back on over this, line that up, spray that, and this comes out transparent so you won't see it during the day, but it will glow at night. Once that's done, I can then put the skull in. But because the skull is going to be on black, I don't want to use a black outline like I would usually do. I want it to contrast. So what I'm going to use is a lighter color but still dark, wolf gray, beautiful color. Hopefully that will create some contrast against the black but still have that beautiful dark with the light skull effect with the glow in the dark. Don't know how it's going to look, but I'll probably find out in a couple of weeks when this piece is finished. So I'm going to try it out now. Okay, it is day 2 and I am working on the Skull Piece logo paintings more. Everything works fine. The flappy cardboard device is great. That's keeping the stencils lined up. I just need to keep working and building this up. But this one's going well. I'm going to start the lollipop canvas today, but I'm not sure what colors to go for. So I'm going to do some tests with that while I keep building up the skulls. But to do 2 canvases at once, I need 2 more of these. So I'm going to make 2 more of those, so I can do that canvas and keep grinding away. So it's the end of day 2 working on these 2 canvases, and the lollipop one, I've got 8 skulls on it so far. Each of them take a while to do, but good progress. But more importantly, I went for a monochromatic color palette. So on the black one with the glow in the dark, because it's a black canvas, I'm using a wolf gray as what I would usually use as the black layer. But I wanted it to be slightly lighter but still dark, so you have the contrast of black and dark gray. But on the red, I wanted that traditional pop, monochromatic with a pop of color. So we've already got the pop of color with the red, so I went monochromatic with the skulls. But instead of a Siberian gray for the accent layer, I've gone up a couple of notches and used pearl gray. So it is now a white base, pearl gray accent with a black top. The classic monochromatic color palette. It's going to look really nicely on this pop of bright color, contrasting against the monochromatic glow-in-the-dark version. So happy with today's progress. I'm going to let this dry, come back tomorrow and do a bunch more skulls. So this is day 10 or 11 or 12. I'm not quite sure how long I've been working on these because I've been running around doing lots of other things, going into London for meetings and painting skulls as and when I can. So today should be the last day. I've only got 2 to go on the gold one, 2 on the glow in the dark one, and the black layers to go on a couple on the red one up there. So I'm going to crack on and start painting today, see if I can get them finished by the end of the day, and then I can show you how they turned out. So let's go. And before I show you all of the finished pieces, I want to talk about this one in particular, because as much as I try and make everything go to plan while I'm painting it, spray paint is unpredictable sometimes and things happen. Now you saw I was using these cardboard frames to help line up the stencils. Each skull took about 3 coats of white to get it nice and smooth on the black. And when you're spraying that much white, sometimes it goes up into the air and settles down in a really, really light fashion and you don't see it. So once you start painting hundreds of these stencils all around it, then you start to realize there's lots of little ghost lines, I guess you would call them, in the background where the black is. So I need to fix that because I want it nice and smooth so the skulls pop off a nice flat black background. So I am going to go and use some of this. It's acrylic water-based paint refill. It's the stuff you use in paint markers, but it works really well as a paint as well. It's the same color as the black spray paint. So I'm going to go and use this to go around all of the skulls, fill in all the black layers, and bring this piece back to how it should have been before all of the ghost lines went on. So I'm going to do that now, and then I can show you all of the finished pieces. Right, I've done half an hour of this so far and just got a couple of areas done because I want to see how this stuff is going to dry. But I have to say it was super relaxing, just sitting there with a brush, going around the skulls. I had some music on, very relaxing. I should really paint with a brush more. That's something I'm going to do moving forward. But I'm going to let this dry. I want to see how it looks before I use more of this and fill in the other areas. At the moment, it's all kind of wet and streaky, so I'm going to let it dry and see how it compares to the ghost areas, show you a comparison, and then I'll finish painting everything and make it all look good. So I think that was a success. Let's see how it turns out when it's dry. I am back in for day 2 of painting this piece. So yesterday I managed to get this inside bit done and all around the outside. I don't know if you can see from this angle the difference it makes between these inside bits that haven't been painted, where you can still see all those little ghost lines, and the outside, which is so much smoother, but it makes a huge difference. So today I'm going to finish these inside bits, get those painted. Then I think it might need a second coat of black all around it to smooth everything out, potentially a coat of varnish, but it makes a huge difference. I can't wait to paint today because yesterday was incredibly relaxing. So I've got another few hours of enjoying a paintbrush to finish this piece off. Let's see how it's going to look afterwards. So all three pieces are now finished, and I have varnished the red and the black version using a satin acrylic varnish spray. It's non-yellowing. Put a fat cap on that, 2 coats of this, and it makes the pieces look really, really nice. Eliminates all the streaks, makes everything satin, uniforms the finish, really, really nice. I didn't do the gold one because if you spray varnish on a metallic, it mattes it out, and we don't want that. So I've kept the gold one with a flat white background and that metallic shiny gold skull on top of it. Now, before I show you the finished results, I wanted to show you how many stencils have actually gone into these pieces. And this is the pile of all of the skulls that I used for it. There's 13 of these, and each one is 3 layers. And I counted how many skulls are on each. And the glow-in-the-dark one has got 41 skulls, and I had to spray an extra layer on that, so it's actually 4 because of the glow-in-the-dark layer. The gold one had 42 skulls, and the red one had 43 skulls in it. And if you add it all up, that's 419 separate layers of paint that I had to do. But all 3 pieces look amazing, and I am going to show you them right now. Now this is the part I'm really excited to show you. Let's see if the glow in the dark actually works. I hope you like the 3 finished pieces. Let me know in the comments below which one you like best, the red one, the gold one, or the glow in the dark one. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get in touch about any of these pieces, richsimmonsart.com is in the description below. And while you're there, click on createscene.com and go and check out my free social networking platform for creative people. Go and make a profile, customize it, and I will see you on there very soon. Thanks for watching.